Hello and the warmest welcome to Best Analysis, BA Football. France won this game, but if you only look at the final score, you miss half the story. Because behind that dominance was a system that kept suffocating Norway throughout the match. France starts this match in a 4-2-3-1 formation. One of the key features of this structure is the unique positioning of the wide players. The wingers maintain width out on the flanks, while the fullbacks operate inside the half spaces, giving France more options for combination play, deeper progression, and numerical superiority in central areas. Sometimes, just 3 seconds are enough for a great press to turn directly into a goal, and France shows exactly that here. If you're looking to understand the invisible war on the pitch, this video didn't just cross your path by accident. Follow BA Football. In this sequence, France wins the ball back brilliantly in the opponent's half and immediately transitions into attack. The ball reaches Kylian Mbappé, and with outstanding awareness, he quickly spots the off-ball run of Ousmane Dembele. Mbappé delivers a precise pass into space, putting Dembele in an ideal position and disrupting the opponent's defensive balance. Dembele wastes no time and finishes with a clinical strike into the net. Sometimes the best press doesn't win the ball directly. It forces the opponent to do exactly what you want. In this scene, France executes a coordinated press that effectively cuts off the goalkeeper's passing options. The attacking players force play toward one side, guiding the goalkeeper into a predetermined passing lane, while the central midfielders completely shut down the central options. France then regains position in midfield and instantly transitions forward. At the same time, Mike Maignan makes a quick run into the penalty area, taking advantage of the temporary disorganization in the opponent's defensive structure and finding himself in a shooting position. However, the defenders make a perfectly timed block, closing down the shooting lane and preventing the attack from becoming a goal. Just one mistake in a 1 versus 1 defensive situation was enough, and Dembele was waiting for exactly that moment. France wins the ball quickly, once again, and immediately enters a positive transition. The ball reaches Mbappé, who shields it well and produces an excellent turn to escape the initial defensive pressure before threading a precise pass into Dembele's path. At this moment, Norway's defender fails to apply the fundamentals of 1 versus 1 defending. He neither keeps the proper distance nor applies enough pressure on Dembele. That mistake gives the French winger all the space he needs to shoot. Dembele fully capitalizes on the defensive error and finishes with a precise strike to score France's second goal. Up to this point, France had the complete control, but this scene shows that even the superior team can be punished by a single mistake. Norway quickly switches play to the left flank, successfully pulling France's defensive structure toward the ball. Instead of applying pressure to the ball carrier, France's defenders drop too deep and leave dangerous space open just outside the penalty area. The Norwegian players take full advantage of that space and, without meaningful pressure, unleashes a shot from distance. His precise strike finds the back of the net, allowing Norway to score by punishing France's defensive mistake. Norway had almost every route closed, so the question was, where could France find the breakthrough? In this scene, Norway sets up with a compact and crowded defensive structure, closing all central spaces and making penetration through the middle extremely difficult for France. To disrupt this block, France circulates the ball quickly from the left flank to the right, attempting to shift Norway's defensive line and open a window for penetration. Eventually, the ball reaches Dembele on the right side of the penalty area. Once again, Norway's defender fails to apply proper 1 versus 1 defensive principles, giving him too much space and not applying enough pressure. Dembele punishes the mistake and scores France's third goal with another precise finish. This one may have been the moment the entire game could have changed if just one player had made a better decision. Norway builds from the right side and uses the switch to challenge France's defensive structure. France's narrow defensive line leaves space for Norway's overlapping fullback, who receives the ball inside the penalty area. The Norwegian player drives into a 1 versus 1 situation, challenging his marker, and the defender's foul results into a penalty. The Norwegian taker steps up, but Mike Maignan reads the direction perfectly and produces a fantastic save. For a few seconds, France's defense was completely open, and that's usually where teams get punished. Norway wins the ball back in midfield and instantly launches into transition. Several players join the attack quickly, creating numerical superiority and giving France's backline very little time to reorganize. A brilliant overlapping run from the right side destabilizes France's defensive structure, and the ball falls into a dangerous shooting position. But at the last moment, France's goalkeeper positions himself perfectly and makes a composed save, preventing Norway from scoring. Everyone was watching the ball, and that's exactly why the most important player in the scene went unnoticed. In this sequence, Norway initially maintains a well-organized back four in the defensive phase. France switches play to the left flank, looking to attack from wide areas, and then delivers a precise cross into the penalty box. At the moment of the cross, Norway's marking breaks down. The defenders fail to track their main properly, and that lapse creates the space needed for Désiré Doué. Doué takes full advantage, meeting the ball with a precise header and sending it into the net to score another goal for France. Thank you for watching. See you next time.